Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna was in Samadhi. Adhar had brought some friends. One was afflicted by his son's death, eldest son's death. And Thakur, he finds him, Thakur in Samadhi, getting down. He is speaking about the spiritual wisdom of the people is seen only on rare occasions in the world. It is like flame of candle. Worldly people is seen. No, it is rather like a single ray of the sun passing through a chink in a wall. Worldly people chant name of God, but there is no zeal behind. So all this, the person who has lost his son and come is listening to all this. All eyes are riveted on Sri Ramakrishna, observing. Sri Ramakrishna is explaining the trend of the worldly people. Now somebody has come to alleviate his pain of having lost his son. And with all trust, Adhar has brought him to get. Now, the whole thing seems like as if Sri Ramakrishna is reviewing the deepest possibility, which is the cause of all sufferings of man. Now, some suffering comes, the suffering is forgotten after some time, or somebody alleviates a little by telling him so many things, goes back and continues with the same life. There is no change. Any amount of suffering, the moment suffering comes, the person doesn't get transformed, it doesn't change himself. He tries to get adjusted somehow within that situation and circumstances, continue life, and it gradually forgets all the pain and continues his life. This continuation, it is of course nature's defense of a system to continue. In reality, nobody say anybody. Yet there is this moha, and this moha has to be removed from the root. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the whole essence. Why people suffer? Because of lack of that wisdom. They again and again, they are prone to enter into the same situation and create the same scene and same problem again for themselves. They are not able to remove that, get rid of it. So it seems like Sri Ramakrishna is removing this deep seed within. Oh, these problems, this suffering cannot be removed as long as you are holding the world. It is like a tree is on fire. It is burning, whole tree from foot to head. A person goes and hugs it, the burning fire, and says, release me, I am getting burned. He is holding it. Nobody is. How can others release? He has to leave that and come out. He has to, nobody else can, even if all people pull, if his grip is not leaving, he is getting burnt. So leave. Why people suffer is because of that. You are holding on to the world. What is not mine, to say mine. We have right to give birth, never to say the child is mine. It belongs to nature eternally. So that which is not mine, I'm going to go on telling it's mine, mine, mine. And that makes me weep. This is called moha. That which is not mine, I say mine. They keep the sense of mine in it. That is moha. Now, this moha, mohandakara, that Sri Ramakrishna is removing through these words. Worldly people have no grit. If they succeed in an undertaking, it's all right. But if they don't succeed, it scarcely bothers them at all. When they need water, they begin to dig a well, but as soon as they strike a stone, they give up digging there and begin at another place. Perhaps they come to bed of sand, finding nothing but sand, they give up that place too. How can they succeed in getting water unless they continue to dig persistently where they started? This is what now presently so many people, so many organizations, quasi-spiritualists, they all have started giving so many things in internet. People go mad after that. They will read something. Some people, all intellectual circles they do to convince people and give them various things. And it is designed in such a way, little psychological consolation it gives for a few days. And I am back again what I was. It was all play of my mind. My mind had accepted reading something, oh, this is genuine. They are sitting there not for either for name and fame or for money. So they don't want it. Now they want fame, the big name to come. They will do all these things, play. Similarly, if those who want money, they will charge. You give this much, I am going to teach you this exercise. All this you'll see, in the end they are empty hand. These people go on, now schooling like, it's going on. He is experiencing not spiritual world at all. He is moving round and round the fort outside, thinking that one day I will be able to enter. What can make you enter the inner fort is only divine grace, grace of God. Nothing else can lead us. Only surrender can lead. Divine love, loving God can do. And any amount of sadhana, any amount of thing, like practicing music. There are some people who practice from morning till night, again and again. They don't go to the next lesson also. Same thing going on. It is called rote learning. R-O-T, rote learning. Like parrot, go on reading, practicing that. That skill, that vision to see, one sight they must be able to grasp. It is possible. That's catching the skill, catching the inner stuff. Inner through what I have to gain, through all these practices, how that mastery comes. These things are where to observe, where to catch. Teacher cannot give everything. Teacher can give only a part of your knowledge. He can give only physical level. He gives about 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/6, 1/8 of the knowledge. And that cannot make up for the full. Now through practice, you can add one more. Suppose Guru gives 1/4, your efforts will make it only a half. Then with the discussions and observations, when other perfected people do, when one who knows perfectly a raga, a tune, I go on listening again and again. The subtle way of presentation, the subtle way of its expression, how they are related, how they jump about from one to one. All these secrets are known only when you listen. Shravana. Not by again and again repeating like a parrot, but to observe the perfected soul. How does he do? That is why in the second chapter, where Krishna begins his first chapter, first he gives Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Sthita Prajna Lakshana is the postgraduate level. Advaita, he begins with Advaita and Sthita Prajna Lakshana he gives. What for? It is nursery school. But he gives what is perfected state is the perfect thing to be imitated by me. The imitation. I am going to, what is his qualities, I have to acquire. For him, it is natural. For me, it is practice. Sarvangani, kurmo iva. Yeah, it withdrawal of all senses. It is natural for him. I have to practice it. What is natural for a realized soul is my practice. Similarly here, who sings perfectly? I will keep an ideal. I keep a watch. I keep the appreciations of the people. Oh, this is good. This is great. And from that, I analyze and grasp. A particular raga teacher is teaching. Many of the people who have perfect knowledge of it have sung. I take that and analyze and try to imitate. Then I get the secrets. How the phrases are joined, how the phrases are made, how the phrases give different moods of mind. The same raga, different phrases. So this we will try to understand. So instead of rote learning, we go through the analytical learning, and this is called 1/4 comes from discussions and observations. 1/4 is what Guru gives, 1/4 is my contribution, 1/4 comes from the analysis and observations, and the other thing, 1/4, last 1/4 comes by practice in time. In time. You are practicing or continue practicing at all times, still there is a kind of maturity. After a long time you get that maturity in which you project. Same way, here also in sadhana, we see the same way we have to, not only the words will transform us, but the many things, observations, trying to imitate the perfected souls. So, the digging one place and leaving, because this has become a habit, go to this sadhu, they take I saw in US, one person has taken Diksha from 6 people. I thought, what has happened to this person? Oh, I have taken from him. Then this person came. He goes to all these people. And he is something like information collecting and all. What he is going to do, ultimately I don't know. And this is the thing Thakur says, one place you go and dig, and it is not thing which will give immediate result. It takes its own time. Spiritual, this one, practices and spiritual enlightenment comes through a long process and long time, slow gradient of upward movement. Now you cannot overnight, you cannot, I tried it for 20 days, 30 days, no. I tried for 4 years, 5 years, no. Till realization, there is no end. it can take 40 years, 50 years, 20 years. But within few days, few months, he already judges, this may not help me. You see, these wheat, paddy and all that, put the seeds. On the third day you see it is germinated. Why, proper water if you give. How fast it happens, you see. And then when it comes to coconut, 6 months you have to water, keeping it in a sand. Sand you will put this and go on watering every day. After 6 months, a shoot comes out and you plant it. And when this planting is done, after 5 years or 6 years it will give a fruit. 5 years you have to water, at least weekly twice. And after 6 to 8 years, it will give the first fruit. This paddy you see, within 3 months you will get the fruit and it dies away. Fruit is got. But it is within 3 months and it lasts for short period. Then after 3 months, the crop is gone forever. Once product it gives and goes away. Coconut tree lives for 100 years. So long period, everything is, it takes time. For 100 years fruit, imagine what a person can live on the one tree. So that amount of giving, sacrifice, offering, everything happens in that field. So here you see spiritual life eternal. It is not 100 years fruit. It is not 3 months fruit. It is you are entering into eternity. So everlasting fruit, everlasting release. And what might be its price you have to pay. So don't expect, Vinayakanandaji Maharaj used to tell us, don't expect any spiritual experience, genuine spiritual experience before 12 years of sadhana. So 12 years, if you do sadhana, you may get your first spiritual experience because the crest is so hard. So here Sri Ramakrishna wants us to cling to one thing, continue for rest of the life with all faith and trust. God wants you to take Him and walk in the world. Have me as your companion, have me as your friend. Be with me and move in the world. You are safe and you are surely attained. But to move with Him in the world, first I must have faith. First, with faith I have to walk with Him. Afterwards, that faith with which I am walking, God will reveal to me. God will be with me. This moment makes you to experience the real. How you are going to move about, you see, little by spiral, it takes you towards realization. So gradually you see that you are entering into a new realm of total freedom from all bondages. God wants you to walk with Him, keep Him in your company and live in the world. Be in my company and live in the world. Be in company and do your activities. Be in my company. Hold me in your company and do all activities. But first, we don't know what it is. Who is telling what it is? What is God? How to hold Him in my company? I don't know. How do I go? I have not seen him. Faith. First you walk with faith. He is with me. Walking with faith. Experience everything mentally, being in his faith opens up the door of the real. First it will be imagination, then it will be slowly reach the state of visualization through contemplation. Then it enters into reality. Man reaps the harvest of his own past actions. Purva karmanurupam. Hence, you read in the song, O mother, I have no one else to blame. Alas, I sink in the well these very hands have dug. The song, one song is there, Bengali song. See, Sri Ramakrishna is, man reaps, Thakur is talking, man reaps the harvest of his own past actions. Whatever he does, good and bad, he experiences. And hence you read in the song, he is singing the song and showing, O mother, I have no one else to blame. Alas, I sink in the well these very hands have dug. My karmanusara, today whatever I am, I may blame others for the suffering I get. But I never see it is my karma I am working out. He is only nimitta. God has brought him a harsh word somebody tells, and I am weeping. I am suffering within. Or I might have met with a great loss, either property or child or something, and I am weeping. I find the cause or some other thing other than my karma. At last, if nothing is available, why did God do like this for me? God never interferes. As if I have done everything telling God that I expect God to, what God was doing. All these questions doesn't answer the things. How much of dependence you have acquired, how much of divine love you have acquired, how much have you given yourself to God. These things count. So, whatever karma I have done, today I am not able to love you, I am not able to find you, I am not able to visualize you properly, I am not able to call upon you. All this because my karmic load, my vasanas are hindering. Everything is hindered by my own actions. I blame others. Very first thing I do is blame others for all my sufferings and bondage. Because of that person, I entered into this state. He is scolded, I am weeping. He has no business to scold me. He is scolding because your karma is going to come out now. He was only nimitta brought by nature, and it was not his intention that you must suffer. It was his intention was you must improve. You started weeping because it was an insult to you. Now he scolded me, and he looks as the cause of my suffering. But my own past actions are, always remember, whatever happens in life, sukha dukha, other than spiritual evolution and spiritual practices, whatever has been done will be your own karmic load. Any nimitta you can find, you can blame one more karma you are doing, that's all. Nothing else. Accept what you have done and, oh, it is my own karma. Do present duty, but see that don't blame anybody for your suffering. Nobody can give any suffering to anybody. He is doing new karma. I am also doing new karma. I and mine, that is ignorance. Whole thing, whole of all problems, all suffering, everything, bondage, everything is just because of identification with body. The only cause, the moment I identify with the bodily existence, I am Chaitanya Swarupa. When Chaitanya comes in contact with this Jada Chetana Sanyoga, Kshetra Kshetrajna Sanyoga, when it comes, ego shoots up first thing, from nowhere. Then this ego neither belongs to Chaitanya nor to the Jada, neither to Prakriti nor Purusha, but it comes out like mushroom in rainy season. It shoots up. This ego is the problem which is creating all sorts of problem. This ego which is formed by the identity of with the bodily existence. This is the cause. I and my, with I comes mine. That is ignorance. That is the cause of our suffering. By discriminating, you will realize that what you call I is really nothing but Atman. Reason it out. Are you the body or flesh or something else? At the end you will know that you are none of these. You are free from attributes, guna. Then you will realize that you have never been the doer of any action, that you have been free from virtue and faults alike, that you are beyond righteousness and unrighteousness. I am beyond everything, but I accept as if it is superimposed upon me. I myself am superimposing. If I just look beyond, always we must cultivate that habit of whatever is happening in body and mind, just to keep it in abeyance. Don't judge. Don't associate with it. Associate with your Atmic existence. I am divine. Feel that divinity within. Don't go on feeling bodily defects. Don't go on feeling your psychic defects. Transcend them and go beyond. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamedhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.